Welcome to the lesson on location characteristics, and we're looking this time at specific different locations. This one is transport hubs, and when you see Susan in that bad jacket, click for help. So here are the learning steps for the transport hubs lessons. First of all, we need to know what a transport hub is. Then we build on that to know what transport hubs are for retailers, so we take the business point of view. And then we're going to look at how transport hubs and retail high streets are different. So over in the key vocabulary, well, guess what? We've got transport hub. Then we go back to footfall, which is the number of potential customers are by the retailer. Product range, the number of products. Display opening hours, so it's the opening hours of the business and when they're displayed. Cargo, because that's a business to business, it's the storage, it's the actual products. Taxi rank and bus stop, knowing the difference between the two. Taxi rank is where you get a taxi, obviously you know. A bus stop, you get a bus, but the fact that these two are not transport hubs. Then we're going to look at what you need to do to know that you've completed the lesson, so that you're able to state what a transport hub is, that you can describe what's offered in one, and that you can explain how and why retailers choose transport hubs over the high street. The careers at the bottom, we're up to season and as an leader. We've got conference exhibition manager, construction plant hire advisor, and an e-commerce manager. Your work list for transport hubs, so you look at it as two tasks. So you've got task 1, what's at a transport hub, and task 2, hub examples, so some case study investigations. Only 2 tasks. Transport hubs. A transport hub is a place where passengers and cargo, that's goods, are exchanged between vehicles or between transport modes. These include bus stations, train stations, airports and ferry ports. The major transport hubs in the UK are very busy, with thousands of people travelling through them every day. These transport hubs will have high footfall and are an ideal place to locate a retail outlet. There are other, less busy transport hubs that will have footfall that's constant but not as high. Retail outlets that locate in a transport hub must sell suitable products that travellers are willing to buy when they travel through the transport hub, normally in a hurry with little spare time. Transport hubs may have a range of retail businesses selling different products depending on their size. It's important to know that a bus stop and a taxi rank are not examples of transport hubs though. They are transport modes which are part of a transport hub. Task 1. Describe the shopping characteristics of a person using transport hubs. So we're looking at the thousands of people travelling through them every day, and we've got to look at why they travel through them and do they want to be there or are they in a hurry. So those answers in the orange answer box in the box below. Identify the types of products that a person using a transport hub would want to buy. See, this time around you've got to put yourself in the shoes of the person going through the transport hub and the reason why they're there, and then once you've got that idea of who they are, you'll then get an idea of what type of things they'd like to buy. Because if they're going to the transport hub because they're on the train going to work, then think about what they're going to buy. If they're in a transport hub because they're waiting for a flight, think about the shops that they're there, and so forth. Put your answers in the green answer 2 box. Question 3 for the pink answer 3 box on the left. Identify examples of retailers who will be able to sell their products at transport hubs. So you might need to go and find some images and have a look at who sells at a transport hub, or think about the products and think what products are there and who sells those products, and those will be your answers. Let's name 4 of them in the answer 3 pink box. And question 4, this is really part of an exam question. So we're looking at explain how retailers who locate at major transport hubs will have high footfall. So this is where you've got to apply your knowledge of what a transport hub is, i.e. it's the place people go through because they're using a method of transport, a mode of transport to get somewhere else, and they're not staying there, but there's loads of people using the hub. So we've got to look at how is this good for footfall for retailers? what is going on. Think of an example to help you explain why high footfall is a big thing for these transport hubs. And the answer in the grey box for answer 4. So let's have a look at what are the major transport hubs in the UK. There are over 40 airports in the UK. The main 12 are listed below in orange. There are over 2,000 train stations in the UK. The busiest ones are listed below, and you can see how many are in London alone. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there's 8 main London stations, and Birmingham New Street also a major station there too. There are hundreds of bus stations throughout the UK, and they can be found in all major cities. In addition, there are smaller bus stations in smaller cities and towns. The busiest ones are here. We've got Victoria Coach Station, Manchester, Birmingham and Edinburgh, Heathrow Airport Central Bus Station, Belfast, Leeds, Bristol and Milton Keynes. All, if you notice, mainly coach stations, but obviously for Heathrow that will be both coach and bus, same with Edinburgh. There are many ferry ports in the UK, and the main ones include those over there on the right in purple: Dover, Folkestone, Hull, Poole, Fishguard, Pembroke, Newhaven, Liverpool, Harwich, Portsmouth, Plymouth, Holyhead and Belfast. And there you go, you've got an image. That's what a port looks like, to give you an idea of how busy it is. And you can see just how much it is a transport hub, because you've got the road networks, you've got lorry arrivals, and obviously it's a port, you've got the boats, ferries rather. Task 2, Hub Examples. Using the internet, carry out a transport hub research project. There are 6 questions that you need to answer, and you're going to investigate one particular hub from each of the 4 types. So what you need to do is choose, or say, 1 airport, 1 train station, 1 coach station, 1 port. And then that's question 1. Number 2, find out how many travellers, commuters use that hub. 3, find out what retailers are located in your chosen transport hub, so what businesses are there. And number 4, find images. Number 5 and 6 are more like the exam questions, so we're looking at the explain as the command word. Explain why these retailers have chosen to open an outlet in the transport hub. Now that's going to link back to the text we just looked at in terms of footfall, in terms of products, in terms of opening hours. All these things are related to that answer. And number 6, explain how the retail outlet in the transport hub may differ from a retail outlet on the high street. Again, there's those answers to give you a clue. And a little hint, the larger transport hubs will have their own website, so you'll be able to get a lot of information if you go direct to those ones. And your answers can be put on the next 2 slides. So here are your first 2 tables for task 2. You've got the airport hub name to go in the orange row at the top, and then you answer the questions in the table, putting in the images that you want to add. If you want to move them to different pages, that's fine, and then you'll have a display and revision of an airport hub. And you do the same for the train station one. So the same questions, and these are the different investigations that you're going to complete. The final 2 tables for the task 2 transport hub investigations. You've got the left hand table for the bus, coach or coach hub name. Can you put them in the top row, the dark box, and on the right hand side you've got the port hub name, and for each of those you're going to complete the table below. Remember, you can easily separate these onto different documents or different pages to actually turn this into a display, because transport hubs were actually a key part of the last year's exam paper, so they did use transport hubs. It'd be a good revision tool to do, putting them on a 1A4 collage or mind map of each of the information, so you have 4 pages, 4 different hubs. Well done, you have completed the 2 tasks for transport hubs, and you've gone through the learning steps to know what a transport hub is and how it differs from a high street. Yay, well done!